Hi, YouTubers. My name is Patricia Whitney, and this is my first ever in-person, face-to-face YouTube video. So, apologies if the quality is not what you might be used to. Um, I'm creating this video because back in like 2015, 2016, I read a book called Cracking the Code, The Truth About Taxation in America. Apologies, it's hard to see, but you can see it here by Pete Hendrickson. Cracking the Code, The Fascinating Truth About Taxation in America by Pete Hendrickson. Um, I'd like to kind of start this out by asking you a question. If the federal income tax was designed to tax all earnings, and if it merited the removal of a percentage of earnings just because you made money, why does the IRS ask us to complete a form telling them we're subject to the tax every year? Why would they need a form at all? Legally, they could just take the percentage due and send you a letter at the end of the year letting you know how much they took, but they don't, right? The fact is, the IRS knows that the federal income tax is not a tax on all money earned in whatever manner it's earned. Stay with me, this gets really deep, okay? So, what I've learned from this book is that the federal income tax is a legitimate tax, and it is a tax on forms of income earned through the exercise of federal privilege. So, federal privilege can be explained if the money earned couldn't have been earned without the existence of the federal government, then it's privileged. For most people, the only wages that qualify as tax relevant are those of federal workforce and office holders. If you want to know whether your earnings or wages are federally privileged, there's going to be a link to Pete's website, losthorizons.com, in the comments of this video. So you can go check that out for yourself. I want to be clear about this. While the term income is a broader subject, for most people, wages are the only form of income they need to consider. The book makes it clear that only the wages of federal workers qualify. It's crucial to understand the distinction. If you want a comprehensive understanding, again, check the link in the comment section of this video. Okay, so what I've learned from this book and studying the tax code is that I'm actually a private sector earner, which means my money is earned outside of federal privilege, and therefore it's not subject to the federal income tax. And this also applies to subtaxes within it, like Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. So, if you've ever asked yourself how it could be legal for the federal government to take 25 to 35% of everything that you make, then you really need to read this book. Again, I'll try to show it to you here. Cracking the Code, The Fascinating Truth About Taxation in America by Pete Hendrickson. Okay. And I'll also send you a link in the comments to his website, losthorizons.com. Now, look, when I share this with people, I get comments like, oh, you're going to end up in jail, and oh, you're going to have so many problems. And, I asked some of these people if they've ever studied the IRC Code 26, and which is the Internal Revenue Code. And the answer is almost always no. In fact, it is always no. And I ask these same people, but thanks to Pete Hendrickson, I have studied the code intensely through his book, through his website, and on my own. And I've realized that I have all the power that I need to reclaim what's rightfully mine. And I've actually gotten what I call kind of a victory because I actually made a mistake. But I want to show you that. So I'm going to pause the video for now and I'm going to prep to show you guys that, and we'll continue in just a second. Okay, so I'm going to share with you a letter CP13 from the IRS in which they, you know, basically acquiesce or accept my return that I did not owe any taxes for the year 2017 on the wages that I made, on the earning that I made. So you guys should be able to see my screen. You can see tax year 2017. Now, I actually am due a refund of about $7,000, but unfortunately, I did not respond to this return in a timely manner. And so, unfortunately, they're going to be able to keep that portion of my money, which was about 7,000. But I made $95,000 that year. And here you can see that they did correct my return 1040. But they said, as a result, you don't owe us and we don't owe you a refund. Actually, they do, but again, because I failed to follow the timeliness in rebuking their zero refund due, I won't be able to get that money back. But they did at least concede that from the $95,000 that I made that year, that was not federally taxable income. And so for 2017, I did not owe them any money and I did not pay any money to them outside of the Medicaid and Social Security taxes of $7,000, which I was trying to get back. But again, it was my fault that I didn't reply in time. So, all that to say, guys, that there's a lot you can learn from this book. Again, Cracking the Code, Fascinating Truth About Taxation in America by Pete Hendrickson. There's so much testimony, so many people that have received refunds. There's examples, thousands and thousands and thousands, if not tens of thousands of examples of treasury checks where people had actually gotten their money back from the IRS after being educated, becoming educated filers. So, I will say that this process hasn't been easy. It's taken me quite a while to study and learn and understand. But as it says right there, right? The secret to happiness is freedom, and the secret to freedom is courage. So have the courage to educate yourself, have the courage to free yourself, and you can be free by educating yourself. And Pete has really led the charge and led the way, and is a true patriot. So Pete, thank you very much, and more to come. I'm going to start doing a lot more videos, kind of walking people through the process as I continue to correspond with the IRS lawfully and as an educated filer. So thank you, everybody. Take care.